Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Blue Heron Hill. I'm Sue here in the garden. It's a very cool morning. The morning after a storm. We got probably about an inch of rain. This was the remnants of Burl that affected so many people in its path from the Gulf Coast on up. We just got a little wind and a good deal of rain, which is always a good help for my garden. Just a few short videos ago, I was bemoaning the fact that my broccoli didn't have any heads on it, and my cabbage was, not doing so well. I didn't have high hopes for it. And I thought some of my heads were probably about an inch or two ahead, in diameter. But wow, over this past week, 10 days or so, they have just exploded. If you can see some of these back here, this one is a good 5-6 inches here. That one back over there, equally as large. There's another one here, kind of in the foreground. I don't know if you can see that. We can move this, move that over there. There's probably, I had originally planted 12 broccoli seedlings in here, at least 12. And I have about 10 nice, good size heads. I've already, I think I harvested a couple of them, and there's looking like there may be one that's not going to have a head on it. The plant looks spectacular, but I'll take the rest of these in how they are progressing along. Now, brassicas in general are pretty fiddly. We've taken these a long time. I planted these in beginning of April, and they've taken a long time to grow. We've had kind of iffy weather conditions. We always have to protect them from pests, particularly the cabbage butterfly moth. Here is a cabbage that I have. It's probably about 5 inches in diameter. Very tight head. I'll probably harvest that in a day or so. I had more over there on that side that I've already harvested. So this bed is maturing rapidly now. But I wanted to show you when you're supposed to harvest your broccoli. So let's take a look at this head right here. Now, this is not what I would call a very large head. It is only about 2 to 3 inches. I don't know why this particular plant decided not to really form a big head, but I'll take it. That's a single serving size anyway. You want to look at your heads for a few things. Size and color and form. This is, of course, I would hope that it would have been larger, but it is what it is. The color is great. We have a kind of a blue greenish head to it. The tiny little things are flowerets in here. Each of these tiny little things here are individual little flowers that, if left to go long enough, they will produce the seed for the next generation. But we don't want them to seed out like that. So it is tight, and it's not, the little flowerets have not started to open yet. And another good indication of being ripe is the color, meaning they're kind of a blue-green, and there's not a lot of yellow to it. When they start turning yellow, that means they are starting to flower. There is a little bit of a yellowish tinge here, but I would say that's more in the light green stage. But these are kind of a blue-green or a green-blue, and that depends upon the variety also. If it does starting to open up these little flowerets and it's turning yellow, it's generally at that time, it's not at its optimum, and it will probably taste a little on the bitter side. So when we're going to harvest these, you're going to come down the stalk about 2 to 3 inches. You take a sharp knife and you're going to cut kind of diagonally like that. And this will be diagonally because if water hits it, then it will roll off and not just pool on the surface and perhaps cause any rot for the plant, because this plant's not finished yet in its harvest for us. If we can get a little closer, you can see some of these tiny little offshoots here. I just broke that one off, so you maybe see that. There's a couple at the axis here of the leaf branch here off of the main stem. Letting these go a little bit longer will produce little florets of broccoli. And that's just a bonus, a little added bonus harvest for you. Let me find another plant that already has some of these on it. Here's another little head also. This one again is rather small. But down here, you can see some little offshoots. And there's even a few down there. But I'm going to cut this one also. There we go. I like to leave these leaves on here. These are very tender and very well worth saving for eating. Let me take you in on a few other ones. This is another head that I think I'm going to let grow just a little bit longer, a couple more days. This is very, very tight. I think it has room for expansion and growth, and it should be able to give me a really large head of broccoli. I have another small one over here, which you can see. It's very tight, and it could stand to grow just a little bit more. A lot of these heads of broccoli will be able to expand a little bit more. Look at that pool of water from our rainstorm last night. This is very tight, has room for expansion. Same with this one. Here's another one. Again, oh, look at the droplets of water. These are actually more than droplets. They're pools of water. But this is one that can stand to go a little bit longer. Here's another small one. This one will get bigger too. I'm going to let that one go also. This is one that I cut off before. You can see the scab here from the cut. Here is a shoot right here. And I should just cut that one off. You can see the other shoots developing around that, just below the branch. And it's giving me that second harvest of broccoli. So leave those side shoots on your broccoli plant. After you've cut off the main crown here, let it grow and give it a chance to give you some of those delicious side shoots. And I do this primarily because this garden is going to be prepped for my fall brassica crop, which will go in probably about 6-7 weeks, because I have my brassica seedlings started now, and they're down in my grow room in my basement. And when they are ready in about 6-7 weeks, they will come out here, and at that time I will have totally harvested all of these plants. Also, don't forget the leaves, extremely edible. I like to take these little tender ones that are up close to the broccoli crowns. Take these and you can either use them like kale and in salads, raw, or if you like them steamed as kind of like a green, they're very good. Oftentimes I will take the leaves and dehydrate them and make them into a green powder that I will put in soups to add an extra boost of nutrition in the fall and the winter months. So these plants are extremely versatile. Even though they give you one crop ahead, they will give you side shoots and also edible greens. Now, I'm not going to be able to eat all of these greens, so I have animals. I have chickens and bunnies, and they absolutely love these. So it's taken a long time to get these to where they are, and I will probably harvest these broccoli crowns more than likely in about 3 or 4 days. I got to keep my eye on them. They are growing extremely fast, and I don't want them to get overripe, have those little flowerets start to burst out into flowers. Don't want that. I want them nice and crisp. I do like a fall crop of brassicas, especially the broccoli. I think it's extra sweet when it is when you can bring it to maturity in the cooler temperatures. So that's what I usually do all year. Now, I don't even know if this is going to get preserved long term. Oftentimes in the summer, I just love fresh broccoli, whether it's steamed or raw. I love it raw in a raw broccoli salad. I have a recipe. I did a video on that. I'll put a link to that in the upper corner here. Give it a try. It's delicious. But what I do when I am going to harvest my broccoli is I'll take the floret and I will soak it in a salt water, and that will get out any of the little buggies that want to be up into this broccoli crown. I'll cut it up into little tiny florets. I will blanch it quickly into some boiling water, put it into ice water to stop the cooking process, dry it all off, flash freeze it on a single cookie sheet, and then when frozen, those go into a bag and I can just take out what I need when I need them. So thanks for following along on this video on my broccoli crop. I didn't think I was going to get one this year, but they just showed up and they just turned on the charm. I am so pleased. So until the next time that we can go digging in the dirt, happy gardening. Bye.